Okay, so I'm going to go into the student view and show you what ALEKS will look like the first time you log in. So when you first enter, it's going to begin by giving you what they call a tools tutorial, which you might be a little bit boring if you've done it before, but there's going to come up with 3 informational panels in the middle here. You just kind of click through all 3 of them, read the information that's there, and then when you're ready to get going, you just kind of follow the prompts. Sometimes it's a little hard to see where you're meant to be clicking, and then eventually you are allowed to get started on the tools tutorial. So in the tools tutorial, they're going to show you how to enter different values, and they're going to show you how to use different devices and information that is available for you in ALEKS. I'm actually going to skip over it. And now it's going to teach us how to use the calculator, and I'm going to skip that as well. So once you've completed this, it'll tell you what's coming up next, and it says you've unlocked the initial knowledge check. And so this is ALEKS's diagnostic quiz to see what it needs to ask you questions concerning throughout the quarter. So I'll just continue here, and then now I can get going on the knowledge check. It's going to put up another couple of these informational panels, which I will just click through. And then once I've done that, it's going to allow me to get started. Okay, the important thing to recognize, and it prompts you about this, is that if you don't know the answer to the problem, then you just click I don't know. So you don't need to feel guilty in any way. This isn't graded. This is just attempting to figure out what you do and what you don't know. So once you're ready to roll, you can start the knowledge check. And there's about 30 problems in here. I'm going to just read the question here, and I'm going to assume that I don't know the answer to this one, so I'll just select I don't know. It gives me a little bit of a prompt the first time I do that, but I'm just going to press I don't know, and then it'll move me on to question 2, and there's a little status bar at the top here that lets me know how close I am to this awful thing ending. Okay, so I'm going to skip this and fill in a little bit of information. I'm going to assume that I have moderate knowledge of general chemistry, and then I will continue. So this will be what it's like for you once you've completed your diagnostic test. This shows what ALEKS calls your pie, and your pie shows you how close you are to mastering all the topics. So in this case, I'm 75% of the way done through mastering everything that ALEKS would like me to know. So there are 118 topics that you need to master in Chemistry 162, and because I was really good on the diagnostic test, I've already got 88 of them done. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so once you've done this, you can move on to actually completing your assignments. So I just hit next. And I've actually done what I needed to do for week 1. Everything is finished. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't have anything done for anything left to do for week 1. I've also finished off everything I needed for week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, and so now I'm ready to go. So at this point, I can start working on my assignments that I haven't yet completed. So I'm just going to click on the work ahead. It's a little bit weird. I have to click on a bunch of stuff to see what's kind of going on before it's going to allow me to select work ahead, but eventually it says you're allowed to do work ahead. And I've already done, if you recall, week 1. So I still have to kind of keep fussing around with all of these little help balloons, but eventually I get to answering problems. And what is always a difficulty for people is how to navigate ALEKS. You want to focus on this little drop-down tab here. There we go. And you will probably be working on week 1, but you can see I've finished everything for week 1. So I have the choice now, because it's the beginning of the quarter. I can just kind of like, you know, say, yay, I've done everything for week 1, or I could get going on week 2. So here I am, and this has all of the topics that I need to complete by the end of week 2. Some of them are locked, and some of them are ready for me to learn. These ones that are locked will pop open once I've finished other topics. So that's really it, and I can just bounce around between the assignments for each of the different weeks as I feel pleased. If I want to go ahead, I can jump ahead up as far as week 5. There's 3 topics there that I'm ready to go. I'm ready to learn in week 5, and it even looks like I'm ready to go for some in week 10. So all I have to do in any one week is the particular assignments, but if I want to work ahead, I can see here the things that I'm allowed to work on, and more of those will open up as I complete more and more prerequisite topics. And that's really how I navigate ALEKS. So I hope that was helpful to you, and yeah, just let me know if you have any problems.